Boosie Boo, and you watching Love 225 with Brandy B.
It's exciting, it's exciting. It literally gets no more 225 than this. This is a special episode of Love 225. It's the Boosie Bash preview episode, and we've got the man himself here to talk to us about it. You do not want to miss it. And who runs the world? Girls. This Women's History Month, we're giving a big salute to the ladies, especially the ones out here doing the work for the people. So we're going down the river to share a special story of one woman who's putting in the work and putting up a fight. We'll explain.
And our love is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's wide as the ocean.
And we're digging deep into our cultural bag this week, honoring female musicians. And up first, Lady V. Her voice is just gonna knock your socks off. You do not wanna miss it. But as always, if you don't love Baton Rouge, it's because you don't know Baton Rouge. And if you don't know Baton Rouge, honey, you're about to. I'm Brandy B. Harris. This is Love 225. March is Women's History Month. Salute to the girls. And this March, there are just so many women right here in our area that we could highlight. But a couple of weeks ago, we told you about how one of Southern University's founders, Henry DeMoss, went from enslaved to prominent state politician. Now, his life, his legacy, that story is a part of this woman's push to preserve the land and the history in her home of St. John the Baptist Parish. Twins, Joe and Dr. Joy Banner, have spent the last several years working to protect Henry DeMoss's legacy, but it's also directly tied to their own. Take a look at their work on the Descendants Project.
In Wallace, Louisiana, at the Fee-Follet Cafe, Joe Banner is on a mission to preserve history, including Henry DeMoss, one of the founders of Southern University.
We're also researching his descendants and trying to find as many people as we can for him. But yeah, just really proud and honored to be able to take his history and bring it into spaces where we are working on permits, or we're trying to show the validity of Wallace to agencies who would normally not see that, knowing that I can steward his history and put it on the books.
On land that's been in their family for generations, the Descendants Project advocates for communities that descended from slaves in the river parishes, known as freedom towns, and dismantle the legacy of slavery.
The community of Wallace was established by, in addition to having the land that was here, but when it became a village, it was mainly founded by enslaved, self-emancipated enslaved who escaped the plantations to join the Union Army encampment.
After working in the tourism industry for years, their current mission, protect their freedom town from heavy industry.
Being in that side and looking at the history, my sister and I, Joy, could not ignore our future and seeing the environmental battles that were happening along with us, how the system of enslavement is still over us today.
They're in a legal battle against a 250-acre development that would directly affect more than just the community of Wallace.
This piece of land behind me is where Greenfield is hoping to place their grain terminal. Now, where we're standing, we're less than a football field away from where the Descendants Project is opposing that grain terminal. They're fighting to save their family's legacy and to share this area's history.
Greenfield says their plans in Wallace would not affect cultural resources in the area and that they would stop construction if it did. But a September report from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers disagrees. The Corps says the Greenfield project would have adverse effects on 3 plantation sites and a historic cemetery in the majority Black community.
What would this do to the value of our land?
According to Banner, this is just one example of how remnants of the past still tower over Black communities like Wallace today.
We have that environmental battle going, and Greenfield, Louisiana, was the perfect example of how the system of slavery is still so much over communities like ours. You know, in the EJ world, environmental justice world, it's always talked as intersectional. And living in a community like this, there's so many different intersections. And the Descendants Project lives in the middle of that. We are going into spaces where it is, you know, white men on the other side. So here we are, we talk about a power dynamic. going into those spaces where Black women just really sometimes have never been, and also speaking out in a way that's not been accepted.
Banner says despite ugly parts of the past, there is beauty in the present. As the Descendants Project continues working to honor their family, the land, and the history.
Definitely a reflection, and the beauty of Wallace is that it's still here. There's so many of these towns that have just been ripped apart. They've been ripped apart. Their history has been denied. They have been really the freedom that they're no longer free. The descendants aren't living in freedom because they're now on the fence line of petrochemical plants like in St. James.
Well, salute to Joe and Dr. Joy Banner. And when we return, we're saluting another woman right here on Love 225. Handcrafted and carefully designed, Dana Chapital shares her weaving works with us. You do not want to miss it. Plus,
Boy, get your tickets right now, and you get your Me and Scoop Toe Up merch right now.
toe up already. It's so exciting, y'all. Baton Rouge's own, the 225 man himself, Boosie Boo, is here. We're talking to him about his upcoming 5th annual Boosie Bash, his legacy, and what the city of Baton Rouge just means to him. We'll have all that and more right here on Love 225. In today's Color and Culture, Dana Chapital is more than just a textile designer. She uses her fabrics to tell stories of those who came before her. From native to African-influenced designs, her work speaks through the material. And she's here to show us all of her work and talk to us all about these colorful designs and the influences behind it. Dana, thank you so much for joining us on Love 225.
Thank you for having me today.
So first, we've got all these art pieces on display. What is your theme behind your artwork?
I like to tell forgotten stories. I like to tell forgotten stories of people of color, whether it's Native American influence or Black wrought iron blacksmiths and Creole women of their color and culture of the past.
And of course, you know, in true Louisiana fashion, there's a colorful history when it comes to even the people of color in Louisiana, whether it's Spanish, French, Native, the Creole descent. There's so many different art forms that kind of shine through. What would be some of your favorite pieces that we have here?
Well, I brought some of my favorite pieces here from different collections over the years. It's more of a retrospective. I like to do mostly accessories, if you will, whether it's wall decor or even clutches and purses, as you can see.
Now, people, the small note is every little design inside these fabric pieces you wove by hand, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about the level of work, the commitment, the hours that go into making even a small piece with this type of intricate design on it.
There's lots of planning. There's lots of research. I come up with concept boards and research before I even start weaving. Then acquiring the yarn and the materials just to weave one of the pieces. The pieces there in the blue Mediterranean nights, that took over 86 hours to actually weave. That doesn't include just preparing the warp on the loom that was used. I actually wove that piece on a 1800s loom in Philadelphia.
Wow, wow. Now, I'm a big pop culture girly, okay? So I look forward to that first Monday in May for the Met Gala, and I'm learning so much about fashion. You and I were just talking, you know, those pieces that you see celebrities wear that maybe took 86 hours to create. It's the fabric that were hand designed, hand woven. It's not just the name behind it, right?
Right. So, you know, fashion designers get a lot of the glory, but and they should, but also it's the textile designer. In many cases, we do weave or make hand couture items, but we do program the looms to weave our pieces also. But it's the textile designer who's responsible for the structure of the fabric and actually the color and the patterns in the fabric.
I absolutely love that. Now I'm looking at these coin purses, like my grandmother would call it. They're
Yes.
modernly called a clutch. Talk to me about these designs, because you told me this is like steel, right? Like metal fences in New Orleans.
It's based off of the wrought iron work done by the blacksmiths throughout the state of Louisiana. So I focused on, there's the weave called deflection, and you can see it. I like it. You'll see it featured in many of my pieces, but I like how it it mimics the look of wrought iron work throughout the state.
I absolutely love it. The fact that all of this was hand woven by you, to me, makes it a piece of art that should just be on display. You shouldn't even wear it. But if people have never seen your work, they've never heard of you, what would be your message to them about your pieces?
I hope to inspire people to bring this, this craftsmanship and this art back to life. It's not that it went anywhere, it's just people don't think about textile designs. We take it for granted every day. The first thing you wake up in sheets, you go to the bathroom, you wash your face, typically with a cloth. So we use it from birth to the end. And so I just want to let people know that this is a discipline that you can study, and you can make a very successful career from it.
And these pieces can last a long time. You can
Yes.
pass them on to generations, to family members. I bet they make great gifts.
They do, I have family members, but I've also commissioned pieces. I've sold many of the clutches. I actually have, after doing an exhibit, I have many women who've asked me to do a clutch, because each one is one of a kind. Not only is the fabric woven, and each one is different, but also they're hand sewn. So inside some of these clutches, they have satin or silk insides or leather insides, but everything is hand sewn, so everything is unique.
Now let's pull up that full screen of information so people know where they can visit Dana's website. And Dana, you were telling me you can learn to weave like Dana at an
Yes.
upcoming event, right?
Yes, we're going to have a weaving workshop, Weaving 101, where we're can learn some of the basics of weaving on April 27th at the Louisiana State Archives. So we'll have more information coming, and follow us online at Dana Chapital on Instagram or on our website.
All right, thank you so much, Dana. Thank you for bringing your beautiful pieces with us, and we're looking forward to that Weaving 101. Maybe I can take my hand at some weaving designs and textile designs, and hopefully I can make a beautiful little coin purse like this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
for having
Dana.
us today.
And with that, we'll be right back. Looking ahead to March 15th, get your tickets now. As they say, don't meet me there, beat me there, because the biggest hip hop festival to ever hit the capital city is back for the 5th time, happening once again at the Southern University Mini Dome. And the man, the myth, the legend is right here in the Love 225 studio to talk about it. Boosie is here. How can I have a show called Love 225 and never have had Boosie Boo on the show?
Right, I'm Mr. 225.
Mr. 225, you can have it, okay? This all you. So tell me, you're an icon, all right? Obviously, every time you come home, people are very, very excited. Why Boosie Bash? How did you even come up with this?
In 2014, when I came home, I was just getting so much love from the world. And I just thought to myself, if I ask all these people for a favor, I can put together a big concert. And the first time I did it was a success. The second, the third, the fourth. And, you know, I got a lot of love from across the industry as a top artist, as a top person also. So a lot of people looked out for me. So I'm grateful for those people too. And I got with TJ, and we just put it together, and it just came out perfect.
If you don't know, Mr. Perfect 10, huge influence behind Boosie Bash and a lot of other great programming and entertainment here in town.
Right.
Boosie, you've been doing more than just music, more than just the Boosie Bash. You have developed an internet personality, honey. You're always going viral. What has that been like for you on this next phase in your career? Because you've been doing this a while.
Well, I basically just took the rap and branched off into other things, because people love you. When they love you, they love you. So I started with the movies under my BoosieMovie.com, successful. I sell chips, I sell noodles, cologne. I mean...
A hustle. That's that Baton Rouge thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just branched off into everything that... I just feel like if anybody else can do it, I can do it. All the moguls who be doing it, I just feel like if they can do it, I can do it, because I have a following that is not going nowhere. Like, people love me, like you just said, not just for the music, for the person. You know, I make people laugh. I'm a good father. Like, people love me for more than music. It's just music my top thing.
Yeah, that personality though, to me, it really, when I'm watching you online, I'm thinking about Baton Rouge. Like I'm literally thinking about 225.
Right.
So what do you think is the reception? Because obviously you are representing for the city out into the world out here. People know you from here to Atlanta to LA, all over. What do you think that they're getting when they see Boosie out there representing for Baton Rouge?
225. Like when people in Atlanta be like, why are you so hyper? Why when the music come on at the games you be dancing? That's Baton Rouge.
Bingo.
We don't sit and just chill.
We're not holding the phone up, watching other people.
No, when I go to the clubs out in LA and I'm on the dance floor, even though I'm a celebrity, that's just part of my culture. I'm not used to sitting in the club just looking around. So that person on Instagram and making people smile and turning up, that's Baton Rouge. I mean, that's part of the...
Let me ask you this, Boosie. They got people out here who wish they had legendary classic records like Wipe Me Down and Adios and Set It Off. To this day, like a whole new generation of kids are still getting hyped to this music. What's that like for you to see like the freshman class this year at LSU and Southern still getting hyped to music that you put out in 2005, 6, 7?
It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy to have people 20 years younger than you knowing your music word for word.
That keep you young?
Yeah. It'd be a blessing because I'd be like, how did they were 2, 3 years old when this came out. And that shows they moms and it was being played in the household. So it's just a blessing to have this career from 1998 to 2024.
And now you've brought or created with your name on it, stamped and certified, year 5, a whole hip hop music festival in Baton Rouge. I was skeptical. A lot of people were skeptical. What's it gonna look like? What's it gonna be like? What's the vibe? I can say without a doubt, the vibe is electric. It is like a huge, huge party. It's just a lot of fun. How does it make you feel to be able to bring something like that to your city?
It makes me know that I'm loved. When I go out there and I see all those people, 3-day event, Friday at the Mini Dome, Saturday at the Mini Dome, Sunday we're doing a day party at Red Stick Social. When I see all those people and when I say, how many out-of-towners here? And all those hands go up, I'll be grateful. You know, I'll be grateful that many people love me. You
Bringing
know?
money to the city. How many people you think gonna have a Boosie fade when it comes to Boosie Bash?
A quarter. A quarter.
a quarter of the people in the Mini Dome gonna be set up with their fresh Boosie fades lined up.
Yep. And
Well,
we
are
bringing so much
excited.
revenue to the city. Everything's sold out. When Boosie Bash come to the city, everybody making money.
So barbers, be ready. Stylists, be ready. If you got a boutique, make sure you got all of your,
Restaurants.
have everything lined up.
Hotels. It's a movement.
It's a movement.
It's a movement.
We are so excited for it. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, last question. Surprises, any special guests? Can you give me a little sneak peek of who we can expect?
You
Drop one
can
for me.
expect a couple kings.
A couple kings.
Yeah, that's a
That's a hint.
That's a hint.
Okay.
Moguls.
Moguls. Okay. We dropping big words. Okay,
Moguls
so see,
is somebody who does more than music.
does more than music. They have their hands in a bunch of different pots.
Yeah, like
we are
Boosie.
super excited, just like Boosie. But they can't be like Boosie because it's your city, right?
Oh yeah, this is my city. And I'm grateful for Baton Rouge because this is where all this music come from. My stories came from Baton Rouge. My pain came from Baton Rouge. My family came from Baton Rouge. My babies came from Baton Rouge. My baby mamas came from Baton Rouge. So everything is just a part of my life. And I'm just grateful that I can put on for my city like this.
Quite literally, you don't know my struggles, so you can't.
You can't.
Feel my hustle. Absolutely. Boosie, thank you so much for stopping by Love 225. We cannot thank you enough for stopping by to our little show to represent for your city. We love that.
Love.
All right, we'll be right back. We have a very special performance today, folks, accompanied by guitarist Jermaine Cesar and hailing from Baywood, Louisiana. Here's Lady V.
I feel so free with you, baby, yeah. And our love is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's wide as the ocean. It's deeper than a sea. Deeper than mine, deeper than his eye. But we still find a way to see. When neither one of you can see it's coming, that's what you call love. Had to step about it, made me think about it, made me take my toxic traits about it. Yeah. You taking time out your day just to call me. Taking time out your Wednesday just to mention me. Come here at 12, all up at 3. Say you miss me, baby, I see. Real energy don't lie to me. When you take me out, I'm getting too over these games. Sometimes I get caught up in my feelings when I'm being tan. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Us as women, we all tend to overthink. And y'all as men, y'all don't seem to see our pain. Play with us like we ain't got no brain. Had to realize you can't make nobody mind, body, and soul. We give you when it still ain't enough. I'm so glad I found somebody I can trust. I'm so glad I found somebody I can love. Ooh. Yeah.